Welcome back. Now we want to look at the 20th century with alien eyes. So the aliens landed in 1880. So we know that with relativity theory, quantum physics, the nuclear bomb, or organic chemistry, and which is a synthesized nature. Photovoltaic, which is accessing energy by radiation from outer space and not depending on coal or oil in the earth or trees directly available as things. In philosophy we know it as a crisis of the intuition. Expressionism, Cubism, Futurism, Dada in art, Bauhaus, international style in architecture, mathematics, Galois, Riemann, Dedekind, Noether, and explicitly not Frege, Russell, which is the key reference for computer science in all literature around. They are on the logic, the gravitational thinking on information. In strong contrast, for example, to the communication technique itself, interesting enough. So, and for AI, it's not Google page 1998. This algorithm parsing and connecting and working in all search engine in all internet. It's Markov 1913. All around this time. This is when aliens landed. So then nothing was the same anymore. It was not an easy story. We know the Russian Revolution, we know the World Wars, we know the Holocaust, and so on. It's dangerous. And we didn't do and manage well. So therefore, it's a question of being careful with it. And it turned out and established like that information technology was economized, interestingly, with the Americans, with the California, to protect against, to develop the West Coast, against the strategy and the intention of the British, who had been advanced in this technique at that time. Then drugs were criminalized. It was a kind of experiment on your brain, on the thinking, on social design, to use drugs, and in the times of Woodstock. And nukes were militarized. In the beginning, you might know there had been these crazy fantasies that you can get your energy, nuke energy, to heat and cool your building, just a small case, plug it in, and you are happy for the next 20 years. So, but this is military technology now, just to keep it controlled in our societies. So it was not an easy thing. So then we observed 3 phases of secularization of computing. This is how it is classified. You can find it everywhere. First is called the golden years, mid-50s to mid-70s. So this worked with mainframes. There had been 100,000 of them. And the aliens could make all these logistic connections globally with the assumption that form and structure is given and specified. So it looked like this. This is how the work was done. These had been the interfaces. These had been the physiognomy of the aliens. These physiognomies are the screening of the aliens in our architecture. So there had been a winter, because this didn't work along. Then you have a new version of this screening. We know that as personal computers. There had been 100 or tens of millions of them. And they succeeded in this new wave by giving up on forms. So you abstracted from forms. So you could make any connection of the world in any form if there is a specific structure. So we know that as structuralism, postmodernism, and this is how it looks like. It's an insane infantilization. We had the Windows system. We have this kind of physiognomy and this kind of architecture. There's been another winter, and since 2000 now, the connection works without any pre-assumption in form or structure. And that's the important thing. And now we are working with big data, the internet, XML, machine learning, and so on. So this is what we currently are. And because now we left any form and structure, aliens are everywhere. So we have tens of billions of smart devices connected. So you can have any form, any shape. So this is what frightens us in the last decade. It looks like this. It's everywhere. It's environmental. So now we have an environmental view to our planet. It looks like this. These are kind of engendered hyper bodies. And we have the similar thing of electrified, vivid surfaces and objects constituted towards an architecture, for example, in the Elbphilharmonie from Herzog in Hamburg. So I think that's it. So now we have a saturation because form and structure are abstracted and aliens are everywhere. So alienated screens, objects are alienated screens. So, and this got very fast. So that's very important to realize. So look at all the movies. In 2000, there's no mobile phone. For example, here is in the mood for love, no mobile phone. They all facing as with very alienated and sophisticated light surfaces, fashion, and so on. They talk directly. They dream. They have a phone line, a phone call. No mobile. So it's very fast how the third wave came. So I think that's the 20th century. And you see with architecture, it's interesting to look at what we call a style simply as waves of alienating our environment. Taking over the flow of control first, taking over the abstracting from form, and then abstracting from structure. 20 years each, done. This is what we experienced the last 50, 60 years. See you next video.